What's happening, everybody? Rachel West and Rick Stroud here, getting ready for the Bucs to take on the Cowboys on a wild card weekend. We finally made it to the playoffs, and the Bucs, a lot of the Bucs have also made it to the playoffs. Yeah. Health-wise, they're about as good as they've been this year. However, there's a few key positions where things are very much up in the air.
That's true, and I think you start with Nick Leverett, who has not practiced the last couple days. He's had a knee and a shoulder injury. They do have the Monday night game, which helps them. There's still a couple days to go as we do this this recording, but I think that Robert Hainsey has been out here all week. He's been limited. He has a hamstring. That's an issue. Still no indication that they would activate Ryan Jensen from the IR. I still think that he is maybe at least a week away if they're fortunate enough to win this game, but he would remain an option as well. So you got to ask yourself who then plays guard if Nick Leverett can't make it. Maybe it's Luke Gedeke, the rookie that started there the first 6 weeks. He could certainly be an option. And I think Brandon Walton is another guy from Seminole High School, could be an option. So they still have days to go, but they're hopeful that everybody will be back. And you're right, the rest of the team all looks good. Everybody's back that was held out a week ago.
As far as the center position goes, I thought it was funny when Tom said the other day, how important is the center position to you? He's like, very. Yeah. So he, I'm sure as anyone, is very much interested in finding out who will be snapping him the ball this weekend. Yep. But so obviously we've made it to the playoffs, regular season over. It was a roller coaster, lots of ups, lots of downs, but playoffs, whole new season. Do you get the sense that these guys are ready to just kind of turn the page and there's better things to come in their future?
Yeah, I think, you would have liked to have had a better season if you're the Bucs. They weren't really consistent. They only won 2 in a row. They never made it to 3 in a row, and you've got to do that to get to a Super Bowl. So they'll go on their longest winning streak if they're going to accomplish their goal. But the goal was to make the postseason, to win their division, which they've only had 8 division champions in the history of the franchise, so it's nothing to sneeze at. It's hard to get here. Another home playoff game. They've played 6 playoff games already in the last 2 years, so that's a bonus as well. And they should be confident, I think, the way their offense played the last few weeks. They got things going. Certainly a couple weeks ago against Carolina, first quarter in this last game against Atlanta, and then they took the starters out. So a little bit of momentum helps. Being at home certainly should help them, and the fact that they've beaten the Dallas Cowboys twice now in the last 2 years, including, it was a long time ago, the first game of the season this year.
Exactly. It held them to 3 points nonetheless. Yeah. So how much can they take from that week 1 game? Because as you said, a whole lot has changed between week 1 and now.
Well, it has. And I think, Dallas is posted a better record, right? They're 12-5. They didn't win their division because their division was very, very good. But they're a better football team from a record standpoint. And they're very dynamic. They have CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Dak Prescott, good defense that really gets after you. Micah Parsons had a couple sacks the last time they played Tom Brady. I think the key is that Dallas hasn't played very well. Dak Prescott has thrown some 11 interceptions, I think, in the last 7 games. They lost their last game to Washington, didn't look good doing it. So they're reeling, and the pressure is always on the Dallas Cowboys. The star on the helmet, it's going to be America's team against America's quarterback, really, in Tom Brady. So that's what it comes down to. But the Bucs are confident, and it is a new season. And who handles the postseason better than the GOAT?
Yep, and he's 7-0 against the Cowboys, so he's hoping that
continues.
Loss. Exactly, yeah. Doesn't want the first loss to be right now. Well, we'll see what happens come Monday night in prime time. Make sure you guys are following all of our Bucs coverage that we have for you over on social media at Sports by Tampa Bay Times, as well as over at tampabay.com.